Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of South by Southeast. Today we are in another very special location. We are here with Cesar of Lucky Kat Tat. So thank you, Cesar, for joining us today.
No, thank you. Thank you for coming to our shop and then doing this and allowing me to tell my story.
Of course, and it is a beautiful shop. I have not been in here, and I know that we're gonna roll some footage of the actual shop, but it is amazing. It is so much bigger than the last place. How has it been being in your new location?
We love this location. After being in this place for so long, we needed to grow a little bit. We were running out of space, and being here and in this shop with so much light that right now, I think this is my favorite part. My favorite part is I'm like, even sitting here, I'm like, you know what, this light right now, I'm never here this early in the morning. So I'm like, the light is really nice. So yeah, we love being here.
It's very bright, and it shows a lot of the work that all of the artists here do as well. So I love it. But take me back to your history and how you actually became Cesar of Lucky Kat Tat.
Cesar of Lucky Kat. That became a thing for me as an artist first. I was always an artist. I used to airbrush back in the 90s.
Oh my
gosh. I used to airbrush back in the 90s. I was the one at the flea market doing t-shirts, you know, yeah. So I started like that, and the person that taught me how to airbrush, Adrian, he also taught me how to tattoo. He got me started in tattooing. Right around 97, 98, that's when he started. I would watch him tattoo, but I was already in my way to get my degree. I went to U of I, Champaign.
Oh, okay.
So I tested out a little bit. In summer 98, I did a few tattoos here and there. Mm-hmm. And then I went back, got my degree, but I knew that by the time I graduated, I knew that tattooing was going to be a part of my life. I'm like, I'm going to do this as a hobby. I thought it was going to be just a hobby, you know, but it really took over. I was doing design. I'm a product designer by degree, and so I was doing product design. And then on the weekends, I was doing tattoo parties.
Oh my god!
That's how I got started. Tattoo parties, and I'll never forget is that opportunity when the tattoo parties that got me into the mode that as soon as I had my first tattoo party, I tattooed like 6 people. So the very first day I started tattooing, I tattooed 6 people. And then from there, it was just every weekend. And little by little, it just took over. I had a year and a half after that, where at the design office, they offered me a full-time position. And then I had to make that choice. Am I gonna, you know, I came to that road, that fork on the road. And it really, it was no question. In fact, that weekend, it's funny because after the weekend that my boss offered me the job, I'm like, well, let me think about it. And that weekend, I made more money than I had ever made.
Oh my gosh. I thought you were going to say I seen him at a tattoo party that weekend.
Oh, he would never, but that's how it happened. It was just the universe kind of telling me, like, this is your thing.
Yeah, that's your push.
After that, never looked back. So that's how I started tattooing. I kept doing the tattoo parties for many years. Then I tattooed from home. So I'm kind of almost self-taught in a way. My friend who got me started, but the rest was just a lot of work, just doing it. You just got to do it with tattooing. Just kept doing it until it got to the point where I was lucky enough to find a place here in Whiting.
Okay.
And with the support of many people, got to open Lucky Kat.
Open up shop. And tell me, what does Lucky Kat Tat mean to you? Because I know we were talking earlier, and it's kind of a little story behind it too. Yeah,
the conversation was that I was having with my wife, and we were just talking about the opportunities that life gives us. And I literally just expressed, said, you know, I'm such a lucky cat. And my wife's the one who came up with the name, and she said, Lucky Kat Tat, that's what you need. Yeah, it was like, yeah, that's really good. And so that's where it came, and that's what it means. It really is. It's just literally just feel so fortunate, you know, to do what I do, to be able to do your craft, do something you love. And there's so many aspects that it just gives back to you.
Right.
Know? And then, so now it's just me trying to give back as well.
That's awesome. And I know your story comes from an immigration type background. What can you tell me about growing up and, you know, it's kind of an American dream to be a business owner. How did that work out for you? Because it doesn't always, come to light.
Yeah. And I think what for me was, I knew that I wanted art to be the main focus of my life. I knew that that's what I wanted to be my career in some way or another, whether it was in high school when I wanted to be a comic book artist, later an airbrush artist, a designer, and then a tattooer. Always wanted to do that, but it all fed right to my background of seeing my father, who was a migrant worker. When I grew up in Mexico, I was born and raised in Mexico. I came here when I was 12 years old. And when I lived in Mexico, he was a migrant worker, so I wouldn't see him like 8-9 months out of the year. And I saw the sacrifices that it takes. Right? So from my mom, from my dad, I saw the sacrifices that we all had to make for him to give me a good education. In Mexico, I had a great education. And then finally we weren't able to come here. I kept seeing it everywhere. And then you start realizing when you come from another country and you see the lack of opportunity in other places, and you come here to America, that's why it's not hard to believe how a lot of businesses in America are opened by immigrants. Because you just see that opportunity. You're like, how can I not take advantage of this, and this, and that we have here?
And like fill the void that is missing.
Yes. So you do that and you work hard at it. You just gotta put your head down and do it. And that's what it takes here. In other places, you can work so hard and you still will make it, right? But here, there's so many. It's a land of opportunity for sure. And little by little, it just came together. But again, that's why I feel so lucky. I just feel so lucky by the people mainly it's always been the people, right? It's the people around you that help you. Whether it's your wife, your boyfriend, your parents, your cousins, your family, your expanded friends, all of that. When you attract the right people, and it's just like you support each other, and that's what happened. I have thousands of people now, right, that I've tattooed, and every single one of those people was a brick that built all of this.
Right, exactly. And tell me about your locations. I know that you have another one in Chicago that...
I'm very proud of that studio as well. And because I started doing the tattoo parties, and then most of it was in the Chicagoland area, most of my clients were from Chicago. And I always knew that I wanted to. And because when I came here, I was on the southeast side of Chicago. I grew up there. So I wanted to have a studio in Chicago. And that studio has been there for 4 years now. This December is going to be a 4-year anniversary there.
That's awesome.
In January, it's going to be our 13th year here that we've been in Whiting, our 13-year anniversary here.
That's a lucky number.
So that lucky, yes. So yes, I really, it's one of those that it comes together and you think about it, right? 13 years, wow.
That's awesome.
And it's really cool. It's really cool. And now we can offer our services to people from across, and some of my artists work over there and they can come over here, and the guys here can go to Chicago when they want sometimes. It's really nice. And we built quite a team.
That's awesome.
Have a very nice team.
And tell me about your team, because I know it's pretty unique. You have quite a few artists here and you have quite a few in Chicago. But how do you build up your team?
There's 9 artists here in Whiting, and we have 12 artists, full-time artists in Chicago and a part-time artist. So it really is quite the team. And but one of the things that I'm definitely most proud of is that our education part, and that 90% of our artists were from our apprenticeship program. They took our apprenticeship program, so everybody kind of helped each other out. So to be able to have that, it becomes really a real family in that way, because these apprentices, they put in so much work for a full year and sometimes 2 years to become a tattoo artist. And but they are helped by the other person who has gone through that path as well.
Same program,
And that's why our studio is very much open. It's open space, because it allows for people to come in and out, like our apprentices can go from one station to another and see what every artist is working, and they're open to questions, and everybody's so helpful. It's one of the most supportive studios for sure. I can guarantee you that as far as support, we are definitely one of the most supportive studios.
That's awesome. And where can people go to either book one of your artists or find you guys on social media? How can they do that?
So the best thing right now is for us is Instagram. So if you guys can find us at Lucky Kat Tat Studios,
Okay,
that's where we're at.
perfect.
Yeah. And they can go and see everybody's Instagrams, look at our main portfolio, and then reach out to the artists through messaging, or most of the artists will have some sort of information
Okay.
on their page on how you go about. And we have an artist for every style. That's one thing we do because we have so many people.
Yeah.
Every style you want, from anime, traditional,
Oh, wow.
if you want black and gray, color, realism, everything under the sun, we have it. Yeah.
That's amazing. So tell me, I want to know, what has been the most interesting tattoo that you have done?
The most interesting tattoo that I have done, it's the most interesting tattoo that I have done. You know what, actually, there's a couple, right? Everybody has their stories of, like, you know, when they tattooed somebody's private parts or something, right?
Their butt cheek.
And I have that, you know, butt cheek almost seems like it's nothing
A normal
compared to
one.
other things. But I gotta say, you know what, honestly, for me, the most interesting and one of the tattoo experiences, the best tattoo experience I've ever had, is when I got to tattoo in the sky deck of the Sears Tower. Or Willis Tower,
Really?
that's what I did.
That's
right?
pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was a very awesome opportunity that was given to me by some friends. And being able to do that, to tattoo up there, right?
Yeah.
Like when you were right in those windows, right? That's where they allowed us to tattoo and
Holy
to be able to
cow.
be there tattooing and just looking at it, the whole city. One of the coolest experiences of my life, for sure.
So did you go on like the sky deck too and like look down?
Definitely, definitely. And you know what? I had never been up there. I've been living in Chicago since 88. I
Okay.
came here, you know.
Not to age
And-
yourself or anything.
No. Well, I don't
You were-
mind.
you were
I
1 year
feel
old.
young at heart, so it's all right. But living here in Chicago for so long, never been up there, and to be able to, on the first time that I get to be up there, and to be able to tattoo up there,
And do something that you
that's
love.
pretty cool. So
That is pretty awesome.
I definitely have a record in altitude in tattooing. I
And
think.
tattooing in
Yeah.
the highest spots
Yeah.
in Chicago.
So that was really cool. Yeah.
And tell me about your awards, because I know that you have quite a few in your collection.
It's from different people in the shop too. My cousin, who's very talented, you can find him in the Chicago studio. It's part of the sport in tattooing when you go to conventions and you try to put your work out there and see, like, let me compete.
Yeah.
And the clients love it too. It's all thanks to the client too, because they need to show up and they help us out a lot. And we work on pieces that sometimes you put that in your mind, like, this could win an award, and then you talk to them and you take them to the convention, and we've been lucky that, for the last 13, 14 years that we've been to conventions, we always come home with some sort of award.
Some little trophy.
And it's fun. It's part of the sport, and it's really good.
That's
Yeah.
so awesome. Cesar, tell me about your brand new location, because it is completely beautiful. I feel like it's been redesigned from what it was before, and it's a lot bigger than your old location.
We got very lucky to find this place because we didn't want to leave Whiting, but we were in need to expand. We needed more space, and again, got lucky. And
Lucky.
we got lucky again, and right at the right time. It's just this place opened up, and we took over. And it really has allowed us to bring in more apprentices because, again, that's one of our focus is education, to give people an opportunity. It's really just giving opportunity to somebody, whether they're 19-year-old. I mean, we have a 19-year-old right now that just joined us.
Oh, wow.
I've had apprentices in their 20s, in their 30s, and up to 40s. And
Wow.
it's something that we do enjoy a lot at Lucky Kat. And in this new location really allows us to bring in a couple extra people.
Yeah.
And, but again, it's a lot of the support of the community here, being in this town in Whiting. We really like the southeast side, and because we are so close to the southeast side.
Right.
So I like to open it up to people too. If you're a young artist and you want to come in and talk to us, show us your portfolio. If you're interested in tattooing, let us know. Let us know, because we do have the right group of people that can make that dream happen. We've done it for so many people.
Right.
Right now we have our 29th apprentice, which just
That's
began.
amazing.
So in 13 years, we've given that opportunity to some people. And I like for everybody who's out there who thinks, this is what I would like to do, at least to come in and talk to us.
Yeah.
Show us your portfolio, see
Just
what
to
you
get
got.
their foot in the door and feel it out and
Yeah.
get something started. But Cesar, let everybody know again how they can reach you or the shop or any of your artists to get booked or even ask questions.
Same thing even for people like that too who want to reach out about their portfolios to come in. Just find us on Instagram at Lucky Kat Tat Studio. And yeah, I'm excited to have new people here, artists, to people who want great work. We're the people who can do that for you. And a great, friendly environment. That's one of the things too, is we provide here at Somebody thing is providing that comfort.
Yes,
you're going to be going through something painful. We like to make it as comfortable as possible. So.
And I can definitely attest to that because all of my tattoos that everybody cannot see are from Lucky Kat.
That's awesome. And we didn't even, we just met a while ago and
exactly.
everyone coming to us. So.
It's a lot of comfort here. It feels very homey. Like when I first got tattooed here, I didn't feel like scared or out of place or anything, or anybody was judging. Like it's a very comfort driven area for everybody to feel welcome.
That's one of the best compliments when we get is just that everybody leaves you knowing that they felt comfortable and and that they come back.
Yes, I definitely came
become
back.
part of the family. Yeah, Lucky Kat family.
Well, thank you again, Cesar. I do want to read off our patrons here for everybody. We have Hegwish Nutrition, Willie G, Stevie's Michis, Dog Apparel Company, Poco Picoso, OMG Pastries 31, V Bly Photo, Crystal Visions, Matthew Rise, Ice Cream Time, Buzzin' Barbecue, Stella Garcia, Media Ocotlan, Keepsakes by Kay, The Taco Dive, South Ave, Serving Sweet Treats, Jen Guzman, Memos Jr., Flip Smokehouse, Tommy Talks, Voyager 783, Cindy Lou's Creations, Phantom Merch, Midwest Forge, Fast Pitch, UTTC, Tochi La Diosa, Mind If We Chat, Nasty Woodgreen, and Natalie Lara. So thank you to our patrons, and thank you, Cesar, for taking the time out of your day.
Thank you very much for coming and coming here to our location. That was very nice to have you here.
Of course.
What a great conversation.
I think we'll definitely be back to get some South by Southeast tattoos.
That's what I would like to see next. I got you. I got you. Thank you very much.
Of course. Thank you. And this is another episode of South by Southeast.
If I don't get up and grow